everyone, let me ask you something. Have you ever used Google Translate to impress someone? Please raise your hand. Well, a friend of mine was trying to flirt with a tourist. He typed, "You have beautiful eyes," but Google translated into, "Your eyes look like fried egg." Yes, fried egg. And that's how Google Translate turned love into breakfast. Funny? Yes. But behind the love, there's a real problem. Sometimes it helps, but sometimes it leads to you. And that's what we need to talk about today. Let's be honest. We have all used Google Translate. It's fast, free, and easy. Just one click away. You type in your language, hit translate, and boom! Instant English. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the problem. Google Translate doesn't understand what you mean. It doesn't know if you're joking, being serious, or just confused. It only sees words, not your heart, not your emotions, and not your intention. Let me give you a quick example. You write, "I'm blue." Do you mean you are sad? Or you are literally the color blue? Google Translate might pick the wrong one. And suddenly, you're walking emoji. Cute, but totally misunderstood. Now, imagine the translating idiom like, "It's raining cats and dogs." In many languages, that becomes something word like falling animals from the sky. That's the dark side. When you trust it too much, it can make you sound awkward, robotic, or even completely silly. So, what should we do? Let me share a few tips that help me and might help you too. Tip number 1 is use Google Translate like a dictionary, not a teacher. Google Translate is great for quick help, like finding a single word or short phrase. But when it comes to writing essays, texting native speakers, or giving a speech, it's not the best choice. Use it to check a word, not to put full sentences. For example, you can search a word like honest or maybe focus. That's fine. But if you use it to write a full of caption or speech, it might sound robotic. Tip number 2 is try smarter tools. Google Translate struggles with context, idioms, and complex sentence structures. There are better alternatives that you can use. Number 1 is DeepL, more accurate for long or academic sentences. And number 2 is Reversal Context, give examples from real situations. And the third is Uclid. Lets you hear how words are spoken in YouTube videos. And the last is ChatGPT, an AI tool like me that can help you understand phrases, correct your writing, or give you a natural way to say something. These tools understand how language works, not just what words mean. Tip number 3 is always double check. After translating, ask, does this sound natural? What a native speaker say this? It sounds weird, it's properly. Sometimes simple is better. It's okay to say, "I like your ears." You don't have to say, "Your visual orbs are aesthetically pleasing," unless you want to sound like a robot falling in love. Simple English is often clear, more human, and more effective. So, here's my message to you. Google Translate isn't your enemy, but it's not your best friend either. It's a tool, and every tool has a limit. If you want to get better at English, truly, don't just translate. Try to understand, read more, listen more, speak more, make mistakes, and learn from them. And most importantly, try to think in English, not just convert from your native language. Trust your brain, trust your ear, use your voice, and if you feel unsure, ask a real human being. You're still better than Google, at least for now. Now, here's a challenge for you. Comment below the funniest or weirdest Google Translate mistake you have ever made or hear from a friend. I'll personally reply to the best ones, and who knows, if it really makes me laugh, I may send you a little surprise. Because behind every mistake, there is always a chance to laugh and to learn. Let's learn from our failures. Let's grow together. And remember this. Speak from your heart, not just from the machine. Because real language isn't just translated, it is felt. So go out there, speak with courage, speak with clarity, speak from the heart. Thank you very much. I'm Anita, and this has been the dark side of Google Translate. See you in the next conversation, the human one.